What's good, everybody? It's your man Big Dom, host of the TruPlayaz podcast, hitting you with the upfront, blatantly honest, in-your-face, no punches held opinions on sports, current events, relationships, and many other topics along the way. Check out this next episode of my podcast.
You can never be too G'd up for love. Get out of here, take a little flight, let's get lost in love, let's go. Ma, it's no problem to hold you, tongue stroke you, please you like I'm supposed to, touch spots that ain't ever been touched, and I won't stop till both these squirrels get their nuts, hey, you know it's good when we freakin', king size squeaking, after I ease in, if you was with me baby 24/7, best believe that every single day would be a sweet day, Girl, you sweeter than a cheesecake. If you want beef, prophecy will be a beefcake. I make love to you till you fall asleep, leave you with sweet dreams between the sheets.
Was the night before that night. I was born on that day, but not last night. Once upon a time, I had my cash right.
What's good, everybody? It's your man Big Dom coming live at you with a TruPlayaz podcast episode on IG Live. Yes, I'm on IG Live doing this episode, recapping the very embarrassing loss by the New York Knicks yesterday. Yeah, I get it. They lost by 8 points, but it was very embarrassing how they lost by only 8 points. Okay? It's embarrassing because apparently this team forgot they were in the playoffs, not in the regular season. Okay? There is no tomorrow. You got to have that mentality. We come into the playoffs. Your mentality has to be, there is no tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? The coach is here telling his team to bring the intensity in a playoff game. What was the guys doing when they got to Miami? Did they go to Mango's and party, or go to Cameo and party? Got some drinks at Wet Willie's? Got some beach time on Ocean Drive? What the fuck they do when they got to Miami? They thought it was vacation? You are competing for a world championship. You're competing to go to the next round, to the Eastern Conference Finals. And you guys did not come to play. I don't care about the points they dropped. Brunson dropped 32 points. Barrett dropped 24 points. Julius Randle with 20 points. I don't care about that. What I care about is the effort on the floor. And when Julius Randle when the teammate makes a bad pass to him, he puts his head down and doesn't go run back and play defense. That's a problem. And had a nerve to come on a press conference. The figure said maybe Miami wanted it more. Them motherfuckers wanted it more since game one. You only won game two because playoff Jimmy didn't play. And playoff Jimmy is giving a clinic on how to be a superstar in the playoffs. You're not a superstar in the regular season. You become the superstar in the playoffs. That's where you get the superstar status. It's in the playoffs and how you perform in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler has a bad ankle, and he's performing like a superstar. Like the ankle is not hurting him at all. I know that ankle's hurting him. I know he's putting that leg in ice after the game. But what the fuck? What happened? They play the Knicks. They play the New York Knicks style basketball. They get off. They got 7 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter. 7 offensive rebounds. And this is what I posted on Facebook earlier today. I said Erik Spoelstra is coaching on God level right now. If you can call him a level of coaching, he's on God level right now. And Tom Thibodeau is not seeing him at all. He's not in the same stratosphere. In a Game 4, Erik Spoelstra played 10 players. 10 players. While Thibodeau is here busting out his guys for nearly 40-something minutes a game, while they're committing turnovers, Jalen Brunson, your best player, has two bad legs because people are stepping on his ankles and stuff like that. Two bad legs. Julius Randle's. I mean, I give Julius Randle some credit. He's not healthy, but his attitude is wrong. None else doesn't matter about he's gutting it out there. Your attitude is wrong. You're throwing teammates under the bus. I seen a pass when he threw a pass to Jalen Brunson. He threw a bad pass to Jalen Brunson in the first quarter. He even shows up Jalen Brunson. He shows him up. Are you fucking serious? But yet, every time something goes wrong with the Knicks, a lot of Knicks fans like to pick on R.J. Barrett. Now, this is the time to pick on Julius Randle. I'm not going to say the J in his name because he don't deserve to be called Julius. His name is Julius Randle. And now we're going back to the Garden down 3-1. I was hoping to go back to the Garden tied 2-2. I mentioned before the series started, this series, this was going to win in 7 games. After watching the first 4 games, I'm scared to say it's going to end at the Garden. I'm scared to say that. I don't want to see it happen, but I could definitely envision it happening. The series will end in the Garden. Well, because the New York Knicks players, I don't know if it showed inexperience or they got distracted or what have you. Of course, it was interesting to the main guy, Brunson. But the attitude, the lack of intensity in a playoff game is damning. This shit, if Leon Rose was not the general manager of the Knicks, and his relationship with Tom Thibodeau, if it was a different general manager, Thibodeau would have been fired at the end of the season. I'm saying that right now. He would have been fired. I'm going to let you guys know something here. Erik Spoelstra is 11-3 versus Tom Thibodeau in the playoffs. 11-3. Erik Spoelstra is Tom Thibodeau's daddy. Yeah, I said it. That's his daddy. Every move Erik made, I was like, this dude is thinking 4 or 5 steps ahead. He's using his entire bench to win. I mentioned on the podcast before the game yesterday how because of IQ not playing, maybe it was a suggestion I made. Maybe you gotta dust off Derrick Rose and Evan Fournier off the bench to give a curveball to the Miami Heat. Something that they need some time to adjust to. And Thibodeau did not do that. He went with Deuce McBride. I understand that he plays better defense than Derrick Rose, but he doesn't have the respect. He doesn't instill the fear that a veteran like Derrick Rose can still put in teams. There is some level of fear with Evan Fournier when he's on the floor on the offensive side of the ball, shooting 3-pointers. There's a definite fear in that. The only adjustment Thibodeau made was to put Josh Hart back on the bench and start Quentin Grimes because he's a better 3-point shooter once he collapsed on Julius and Brunson in the post when they get inside. But the thing is, though, this series, as much as I love to talk about Josh Hart and his intangibles he brings to the game, this series exposed him as a shooter. They had no respect for him as a 3-point shooter. And what these Knicks needed was consistent 3-point shooting. Someone who could shoot the ball from the perimeter when the Miami's going into their zone defenses. Do something like that. Right now, I'm just praying just to see a game six back in Miami. I'm just praying for that. Am I confident? No, I'm not confident. The Knicks play like dogs in this series. You get all the accolades for beating Cleveland. I get that. But off that high of beating that team, a team that was favored against you to win, you should have been on that high since game 1. And all I saw was, the same old crap. We made it to the second round. Okay, we're satisfied to make it to the second round. No, this is an opportunity to play for the championship. You got the Knicks had a potentially an easy way to the Eastern Conference Finals. Potentially an easy way, but I knew it wasn't easy because Miami and playoff Jimmy was going to do some damage. That's why I said the Knicks was going to win in 7 games. But now, I said the Knicks could lose in 5. Because Miami, like Julius Randle said, they wanted it more. When you're in the playoffs, when you're in the playoffs, the other team you're playing against should not want it more than you. They have a goal in mind. Their goal is to get to the NBA Finals and win the Finals. Is Miami more experienced than the New York Knicks as far as playoffs? Yes. Do they have the better coach? You damn right. They do. Damn right they do. Because I seen this guy beat the Knicks with a 10-man rotation yesterday. A 10-man fucking rotation. And he was playing without Tyler Hero and Victor Oladipo. Just imagine if them boys was playing this series, it probably would have been a sweep. Probably would have been a no contest right now. But you forget this team beat the #1 seed in the playoffs in Milwaukee, and Miami has always been the Bucks' kryptonite. It's just something about the Bucks that the Miami just are so confident against them. So confident against them. I'm telling you that, guys, right now. And the Knicks, guys, I got nothing to watch after the Knicks get eliminated, bro. I got nothing to watch. The Mets suck right now. I need the Knicks to get me to at least Game 6. Because I damn sure don't want to start talking about the Mets. Because I'm about to chew their ass out in a whole new way. I'm about to start a campaign to bring back Omar Minaya as GM of the New York Mets. I'm about to start a campaign for that. Because this general manager, Billy Epler, sucks. He's garbage. But I digress. What is the problem with what was the problem about not inserting Derrick Rose into that game? I felt Derrick Rose would have been helpful to the bench because you lost IQ because of the ankle injury. You're bringing a veteran who could push the ball up the court. Obi Toppin only played 6 minutes, by the way. 6 minutes. You would have helped Obi Toppin now spread the floor, push the ball up the court. He gets the easy lobs, easy dunks, and take him away from being a spot shooter. But Thibodeau did not do that. So with all reliable Jalen Brunson with ISO ball, Julius Randle, ISO ball, and then turnover, and then he sulks at the referees. He cries to the referees about not getting a foul. Are the referees screwing with the Knicks during this series? Yes, they are screwing with the Knicks. I'm probably quite sure they're on Caesar's app placing bets. I'm quite sure of that about some of these calls. But that does not it's not a valid excuse for not showing up to the fucking game. Mentally. That doesn't take it away from that. You know what I'm saying? What are you guys doing? I mean, this is NBA playoffs. You're on national TV. They may have lost by 8 points, but it felt like they lost by 30. They were in it, but not in it at the same time. The coach from the Knicks did not make an adjustment. Did not play players that could have changed the dynamic of the series a little bit, or give Miami a different look with Evan Fournier or Derrick Rose on the floor. I understand they haven't played a lot, but they're veterans. Derrick Rose has been in the playoffs, so he knows what the intensity is about. It's a different mindset, it's a different game. Totally different game. And he understands that. So why not put him out there? Guys are saying that, oh, this is great to gain experience. No, listen. I wish I could play professional sports. I wish I did. But when it's time to get that ring, your level has to raise up no matter if you got experience or not. Your level has to increase. Real talk. I'm telling you straight out, real talk, your level has to just increase. Because you're playing for the chip. You gotta play basketball. You gotta play when you're in the playoffs. You gotta play as if you're trying to win the girl of your dreams. She ain't gonna just come. Girl of your dreams ain't just gonna come to you. You gotta go get that. The same thing with the championship. You have to go get that. Me as a Knicks fan right now, I'm not happy just to get to the second round. I want more. It's not about winning just a series. I want more. I want to win 2. I want to win 4 series and have a ring at the end of the day. That should be the mindset. It doesn't matter what the talent is on the team. Doesn't matter. But the mindset is just to try to win that championship. Win that chip. Come with the intensity. Every game. All those fans who hate on RJ Barrett, where you guys at now? You really can't blame him. He's been the most consistent starter in this series. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. I'm looking at the possibility right now. The possibility of having them end the series tomorrow, and me have to look at the sorry ass Mets. I'm not ready for that right now. I'm not ready to look to watch the Mets right now. I'm not ready. So I may break something. Something got to give. Julius needs to go. I'm sorry to say that. Everyone's getting on my case. Everyone was getting on other Knicks. We were better without Julius Randle. You're not winning with him. But if you make the right trade, you can win without him. Maybe you could do like Stephen A. said on First Take earlier this morning. Maybe you gotta make that trade for Karl Anthony Towns. But before you get that trade, I want to see what Milwaukee's going to do with Giannis. I'll give them Julius and all them first round draft picks for Giannis, and keep the core. Get some more perimeter shooting to go with Brunson and Barrett. Bring in Dame Lillard. What would it take to get Dame Lillard at this time to go with? Just imagine the team. Giannis, Jalen, Lillard. Just imagine what that team would look like. It would be a different story. The coach got to be better. The coach definitely has to be better. He has to get out of his shell and try new things. It's too late. To try new things in Game 5 at the Garden just to save your season is too late. He should have tried new things yesterday. He should have tried new things last night. That was the time to try different things. That was the time. You know what I'm saying? That was the time. I don't know what else to say, guys. I do not know what else to say about this. It's a bad loss. It gave us the good feeling of winning the first round has just went away by the way this team has played collectively. Not showing up. Getting beat on your home floor. Like Stephen A. Smith said in First Take, if they close out the series in the Garden tomorrow, Jimmy Butler swept the Knicks. Because the Knicks beat them without Jimmy Butler in Game 2. So, it is what it is, guys. This is my end of my IG Live TruPlayaz podcast episode. All right, hopefully I'll be able to get this on Patreon if you want to review it later or add to it. I'm open for even rebuttals or what people. You can rebut me on this all you want. Just make sure you DM me. I'll get you on the podcast live. We can debate, or if you're in agreement and you want something to say on the podcast, let me know. Let me know. As I got my co-host JoeyG watching, driving home from work. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to wrap up this podcast. You can go watch this podcast on YouTube, Patreon. All right? You can listen to the podcast on Anchor, JoeyG Radio, Spotify, Soundcloud, IHeart Radio, TuneIn Radio, and all audio podcast platforms. So it's your man Big Dumb. I gotta sign off. I'll stay on for a little bit. If anybody wants to join me and say something about the Knicks game yesterday, let me know. I'm gonna say little things about the Lakers. Shout out to LeBron James going up 3-1 against the Warriors. I believe the Sixers probably beat the Boston to go up 3-2. Let me just double check the score on that, guys. It's officially a final, 115-103. Philadelphia is now up 3-2 against the Boston Celtics. So, I'm about to sign off, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to y'all after tomorrow's game. Possibly another IG TruPlayaz podcast episode. But my hope is we're going to go back to Miami for Game 6. That is my hope. All right? It's been Big Dom. I'm going to sign off. Peace, y'all.